Are you struggling to keep your cars booked? Well, today I'm going to give you the breakdown on some dark psychology sales techniques that you can use to keep your cars booked. Okay? The difference between the companies that continue to keep their cars rented and those that don't isn't just about price. It's actually about psychology, right? And when it comes to sales, sales is all about psychology. So you need to understand how people make purchasing decisions. That way you can use that to your advantage in your business. All right. And I don't mean manipulating your customers in a harmful way. I'm simply talking about understanding human behavior and decision making that triggers people to say yes. Okay? So, without any further delay, let's get right into the video. Technique number 1, scarcity and urgency. All right? People value what's limited, and as a business owner, you need to create scarcity for your products and services, especially when it comes to the car rental industry. The truth actually is that there is a lot of scarcity in this business. All right, we have way more demand than we have cars, but you need to create that when you're talking to your customers. People value what's limited, okay? So if somebody calls you and is looking to rent a car, we only have 2 cars left this weekend. The word only creates scarcity. It makes them feel like you had way more cars than you actually may have. If you have just 2 cars in your fleet, you can still say we only have 2 cars left this weekend. Okay? Bookings must be made by Friday. Okay? Create that sense of urgency. Here's the truth, and here's the real data. All right? Scarcity increases conversions by 226%. Okay? This is according to the CXL Institute. All right? So when it comes to offering people your products and services, create a sense of scarcity. And this will give you an advantage when it comes to selling. All right? One of the things that I teach my team is that whenever a customer is hesitating, we simply let them know that, look, our cars don't stay available for long. And that's the truth. If they don't get in today, we don't know if we're able to get them in tomorrow or next week or whatever artificial day that they're making up. The truth about sales is that when someone says they need to think about it or they're not sure, right? That objection means that you haven't triggered an emotion out of them, right? Because truthfully, people don't make decisions on logic. They don't. People make, especially when it comes to purchasing decisions, they make it on emotion. So there are 2 ways, right, that people make decisions. And these 2 are Sigmund Freud's theories. People are either running towards pleasure or away from pain. So from you as a business owner, for us as car rental business, we need to understand which one of these 2 our customers fall in. If you're renting economy cars to gig economy workers, they need the cars to make money. So most likely, they'll have to make a decision by going away from pain. You need to make them verbalize their pain to you. Here's a very simple sales question that we ask. Somebody calls in and says they need to rent a car. We ask them, are you renting for rideshare? If they say yes, we ask them what platform they're driving for. They tell us the platform. We ask them how long they're driving for. They tell us how long they're driving for. We ask them what happened to their previous car. Why do they need a car now? Now we're getting into the pain point of why they need our service, and getting them to verbalize it will get them to realize it on their own that they really need your service. For example, once we ask them what happened to their previous vehicle, most of the time it's, oh, my car broke down, or my car was totaled, oh, I can no longer afford a car, I was driving for a Lyft for 5 years, and my car got totaled, and now I don't have any way of making money. Those are all pain points. Those are all buying decisions. I teach my team to get people to that point. Why? Because now we're getting them to verbalize their pain, and the decision that they make from there will be them moving away from pain, as Sigmund Freud said. Okay? This is a very great strategy to getting people to book and to pay you, right? This is a very great sales strategy. If you're renting luxury and exotic cars, you're getting people to move towards pleasure. So you need to adjust toward that. Hey, What are you using this car for? Oh yeah, I'm having a date night with my girlfriend, my fiance, my wife, etc. Oh, that's great. This car, this Corvette, right, will get you all the eyes in the city. Okay? Think about it. What would you, if you don't have the Corvette and you went on a date night in a Toyota, you wouldn't get the same amount of attention. How would that make you feel? Make them verbalize it. Okay? So you need to understand how people make decisions, and we're emotional creatures. You need to get people in an emotional state by getting them to verbalize their pain. Okay? So that scarcity and urgency is how you get them to verbalize their pain. Now, once they verbalize their pain, you get to technique number 2, which is putting your offer in front of them through social proof. Okay? Human beings follow the crowd. Okay? So on your website, on your social media pages, on your Google business profile, you should have reviews, testimonials, customer pictures, and renters. Okay? So when someone calls you, they should already see the social proof. And then you can lock this in by with a simple statement. Hey, once they verbalize their pain, you can simply say, hey, we actually have drivers who are in your exact same situation, and now they're making $1,000 a week, $1,500 a week, $2,000 a week. Okay? Do you think this will help you? Now, what you've just done is you've put the solution in front of them, and you've asked them a question that will make them verbalize that your service and product will solve their problem. Okay? This is a great sales strategy that will get people to buy from you, because now they've verbalized their pain, and they've also verbalized that you and your business is the one that will get them to move away from their pain. Okay? 87% of people trust online reviews as much as personal recommendations. Okay? So having the online review and putting that in front of them is a great way to close. Okay? And after every rental, you need to ask for reviews. It's very simple. You need to ask for reviews, and when you have a great product or service, people will give you glaring and great reviews. So that will be technique number 3. Have great products and services, okay? So don't just use this to manipulate people and then give them a shitty service, all right? You need to give people great services. Great services is the foundation of every business. Great services will bring people back, and you want people coming back for more, okay? This is the foundation of building a great business, okay? And technique number 4, you need to have authority and expertise. People trust experts. Okay, if you appear as an authority, people will buy from you because they'll assume you have the best offer. Okay, the reason why I can pick up the phone and basically sell and close anybody is because I know how to come off as an authority of my product and service. When I was starting out in this business, it wasn't always like that. It took time for me to understand everything deeply. It took time for me to understand what my customers actually cared about, and I talked to them about what they care about. I don't talk to them about how much they pay me, because it doesn't matter how much they pay me. I'm not here because I'm part of it is because they're paying me, but really I'm in business to provide people with solutions for transportation. So I make sure that when I'm offering them over the phone, when I'm speaking to them over the phone, that I'm putting myself in a position where they see me as the guy who can solve their transportation problems. Okay? And if you have that same mindset and you understand that people make decisions based on emotion and not logic, you will never ever have problem closing people regardless of how much you're charging. I've been able to charge people $675 a week for my rentals simply because I know how to make people understand their emotional state, get them there, and get them to make a decision. All right. If you enjoyed this video, if you want to learn more about starting and scaling your car rental business, subscribe to the channel and make sure you join the free Facebook community. We're using the link below. This is for serious people only. If you don't want to be serious and you don't want to make money, please don't join the group. All right. We don't want you there. You want serious people only. All right. Like the video, and I'll see you in the next one.